after back-to-back losses to the Bulls and the Bucks are 8-8. They're in 8th place in the West. The Lakers are going to win the Western Conference and go to the NBA Finals. They're just the most talented team in the NBA. And right now, this NBA season, this part of it is still preseason. The regular season doesn't start till December 25th.
So with the Celtics, there's this thing that they've done for the last 3 seasons in which they get a big lead going into the fourth quarter, and then they play hero ball the second that the other team presses a little bit and starts to score, and they go on a little 6-0 run, and then they lose big leads, and then they lose. And we watch this happen over and over and over. It's called copy, paste, repeat. All you literally just said was copy, paste, repeat for what we're going to see out of the Lakers. Now, I know they didn't do it last year, so maybe there's some, some comparisons to that saying, hey, they're not going to get to the finals. But do we really sit here at 16 games with LeBron James and seriously sit here and go, I mean, it's the Max Kellerman saying Brady's going to fall off the cliff. Like, really? Like, people are seriously online saying this proves LeBron James sucks. He's not good. He's a terrible team player. The Lakers aren't going to make the playoffs. Like, why do we do this? It is November 18th. Are you serious? Come talk to me in March if they're like 15 games under 500. Even then, you might still make the playoffs in the NBA. But yeah, I mean, the finals thing, maybe, who knows? I'm not there yet because I still don't think we've even seen the shape of what this NBA season's going to curtail until we get to All-Star break. Who really knows what's going to happen here?
Right. So correct me if I'm wrong. The Milwaukee Bucks won the championship last year, right?
Yep.
So the Bucks and the Lakers played last night or 2 nights ago, and the Greek Freak totally dominated the game. We had like 49 points, made Antonio Brown not Antonio Brown, Anthony Davis his little bitch, and they still only lost by like 6 points without LeBron James on the court. So why would you be freaking out? Like, hey, we lost to the defending NBA champions without our leader, without the best player in the NBA, and our arguably leader on the court, and we still only lost by 6 points. We're okay. Laker fans, pump the brakes. You guys are going to be okay. And it was at Milwaukee, too. So especially a road game during the week, it is always tough, right?
I don't even really think that this is a Lakers fan thing, though, Buck. I think this is just everyone that just loves to automatically paint the demise of LeBron James. It's everyone that's not a Lakers fan. It's everyone that's not a LeBron James fan. They want to paint the demise. Now, if the NBA had some balls and wanted to go all crazy like Wayne, you'd make only the top 4 teams go in the playoffs. Then you might see something different. But literally because of the system and the standard and because of the fact that home court advantage really does not amount to that much of an advantage in the NBA, these players, they're not going to sit here and play the whole season. And I know they tried to make this whole, we're going to penalize you if you sit a player. They could come up with any excuse, especially in the world of COVID right now. You could come up with any excuse as to why your players don't need to play. They're not going to play at full strength until the All-Star break is over. It is ridiculous. The Lakers could be 0-16 right now, and I would have no problem saying that they would have still a chance at this point to win the West and to get into the playoffs and potentially go to the finals because half their team doesn't play every game. They just don't do it. When the Thunder beat them, everyone's like, oh my God, the Thunder beat the Lakers. Yeah, half their team wasn't playing. And Russell Westbrook was deciding that he wanted to throw in 10 turnovers and they didn't bring in LeBron James to tell him to stop. No one cares. This is not the time of season to freak out.
Yeah,
it's not time to throw people's heads in the guillotine, Wayne.
not from LA anyways. But no, I think it's just basically the fans overreact. The stupid fans, I'll say, the low IQ fans overreacting to what is sports media, which in the world where we can all find out scores the minute they happen, people only tune into TV to see arguments. And what causes arguments is hot takes. And so what happens is you get the guy who strikes out, send him down to the minors. Next at bat hits a home run, he's Babe Ruth. Next at bat, he strikes out, send him back to the minors. So it's just the overreaction of whatever.
But also on the flip side of that, doesn't LeBron James turn 37 in December? And, as a 37-year-old, I'm not there yet, but you guys are getting close, if not past that point, right there.
I'm 41.
I'm
old.
They're
42.
There you go. So, it is, as you get older, it is harder to turn off that switch because what did LeBron James do when he was, kind of young? He would kind of just, half-ass the regular season, and then once, April hit, he would flip that switch, and we would be seeing 30, 40 points out of him 10 assists, like etc. So maybe they could panic a little bit just because he is older and he may not be able to turn on that switch and explode the way he used to. But he does spend like $12 million on his body in the offseason, much like Tom Brady does.
You just literally made the point that I was going to bring up, is the fact that earlier this year I went through a workout regimen for about a 3-month period that put me in some of the best shape I was in since I was 21, a 20-year gap in the shape of my body. And that was a 3-month regimen of working out 6 to 7 days a week. LeBron James, he's not half-assing it out there on the court for sure, but he's not playing right now because he's actually working out like crazy and keeping his body in top physical shape. So that then come the end of January, early February, he then just lets go and plays out the rest of the season. So it's just a strategy element. It's just, you're older now. Okay, don't go out there and even run up and down the court, but we're going to put you in the gym and we're going to make sure you stay in top physical form, and you're going to spend $12 million to do it. But guess what? That's going to make you a $500 million player in endorsements and success and everything alone. It's a different era. It's all of us older people, we grew up watching players hit 30 years old and they hit a decline. It's different. It's completely different now. There's so much science. There's so much money into it. And they're smart. They know when to say, I can step out and still get into the playoffs and make sure my body's in top physical condition. I think LeBron James can easily play until he's 40.
Yes.
You can't